1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. If you're telling me to stop, I can't hear you. I heard you now, yeah.
Good luck, boy. Our chief analyst, Patrick Vaughn, has been at the game tonight. Kerry was actually at the game in West Orange there on the sideline.
Oh, Kerry, hey.
He's a
only man I know that had graduation from LCM but loves West Orange Stark.
He's a Stang hound. He likes them Mustangs. Yeah, second thought, Nick, I may take that other iPad if you don't mind passing it to me.
Live from the 409, MCT Credit Union presents the 409 Sports Blitz on 12 News.
All right, welcome to week 2 of the 409 Sports Blitz. Nick Canizales alongside Cameron Seibert. Week 2 already, I can't believe. And hey, we had our game of the week. Hampshire Fanette, they had a big win against Lumberton last week.
Last week, that's right. A chance to shake off the rust after week 1, come back in week 2, go to the film room, see how things went. Some big matchups again here in week 2, Nick. A lot to get to.
Rivalry game.
Yes.
The Rice Bowl. We had all kinds of stuff, but first, LCM West Orange Stark.
This one was the Orange Bowl. Let's go to our game of the week. And it was in West Orange tonight where the Orange Bowl was taking place. A little crosstown rivalry.
Yeah, both teams coming off a big win, too.
West Orange, yep.
Last
both
week.
Teams trying to avoid the first loss of the season. We start with Jalen Gilmore, the running back. He had a nice first week. He's making it look good here in the second week as well. Crossing the goal line there, the umpire says it's a touchdown, so 7-0 early for the Stangs. And then Gilmore on defense, Nick.
Oh, fumble!
A nice hit there,
Pick
forcing the fumble. West Orange Stark would have the football again. Now they go down into the red zone again. This time, the Wildcat, it's going to be Taj Amerson underneath the center. He's going to roll to his left, and he is across for 6 more for West Orange Stark. They take the early lead. Now let's see if the Battling Bears offense can get going. A nice pass from Dylan Payne over the middle. He's got Keegan Cockerham picking up a nice gain there into the secondary. This time, quarterback throwing again. He's going to find Johan Fuller wide open over the top. The nice play action gets the linebackers to bite. 14-6, LCM chipping their way back into it. West Orange offense again, a nice run by Kelvie Jefferson, making the juke there. And back to that Wildcat in the red zone. It's working. Why not go back to it? Taj Amerson, once again, he's got his second touchdown in the first half. It was 21-6 at halftime, and LCM, a rough night for them. They could not bounce back in the second half, Nick.
I know. My girlfriend's going to be disappointed. She's an LCM grad. They fall tonight. West Orange Stark, 2-0 in the season.
Looking good.
Good start. Hey, let's head out to Anahuac. The Panthers playing host to Harden Jefferson. This was Anahuac's first game of the season after their game against Newton was canceled last week due to those raging fires around the lakes. Anahuac, here we go. Get on the scoreboard early. That's a big touchdown pass right there. Logan Trotter to Quadri Coates. Then HJ on the run. Look at that juke. That's a spin move right there. Roderick Russell. He's going to walk in for the touchdown. How about those Hawks? They're flying high at 7-7. Then Anahuac back to pass, finding somebody. Great protection. Oh, the wheel route. Look at that. That is a touchdown. Logan Trotter to KJ Moore, 14-7. Back comes Harden Jeff. They would fumble. Panthers would get it back. That's a nice pass right there. Oh, it's a fumble. Oh, no,
Loose
HJ.
ball.
They get on it. Hey, turnovers are key. You force turnovers, most of the time you should win. All right, then Anahuac. They come back with the turnover themselves. Big interception in the red zone.
The big fella.
Look at that. Rumbling, stumbling, bumbling. Let's go to the scoreboard because the Panthers, they're leading 37-0 late in the fourth quarter. Looks like the Hawks are going to slip to 0-2 on the season. Anahuac on their way to their first win of 2023.
Yeah, big win there. And there's a lot more to this game tonight. We have Kyle Orr. He's been there start to finish live at this game in Anahuac. And Kyle, despite the win tonight, a lot of heavy hearts there at the stadium.
No doubt, Nick and Cam. I mean, the emotions have been very high, and not just on the field, but in the entire community ever since the tragic deaths of two of their players. But Anahuac came out business as usual. They came out here strong on offense. They finished this half with 21 points, and then however, now Harden, Jefferson, they had a few good plays on defense as well, but they could not on the second half hold them back. It was it ended at 37-0. But yeah, it was a lot of energy in the stadium. Fans are very excited, and it was good to see a lot of positivity here on the field today. So, but yeah, it was a great game. You know, great energy. A lot of fans coming out to support their team, and no doubt that Trevin Williams and Javion West, they were here in spirit supporting their team and brought them to the victory. So it was not a regular football game. It was a very emotional football game. A lot of energy, a lot of spirit, and it was a great thing to watch. It was a very emotional thing to watch. So I mean, but it was an outstanding. So, but Kyle Orr, Channel 12 News.
All right, Kyle, thanks for that. And of course, obviously, our thoughts and prayers are with the entire community of Anahuac, and we've been praying for them and thinking about them. And I know those football players, they're doing it for their brothers.
Yeah, a tragic few weeks certainly for the community of Anahuac as a whole, and it's nice to see that they can get the win tonight, but obviously it was bigger than football out on that football field. You saw the stickers on the backs of the helmets, so a nice sentiment there, and we definitely thoughts and prayers with the Anahuac community.
No doubt about that. Let's keep rolling here. Silsby, number 2 in the state on the road, taking on Huffman Hargrave. Silsby, no problems tonight. They are winning 41-14, so it looks like they're going to roll to their second win of the season.
That high-powered offense in Silsby. We've got more highlights to get to tonight. The 409 Sports Blitz rolls on. This one, Beaumont United at Port Neches Grove's going to be a big-time matchup. Can the Timberwolves pick up their first win of the season? P&G
they're looking for their first
do
win, yeah.
the same. We've got the quarterback, Shea Adams, starting things off under center. He's looking for his receiver. He's got him. It's Landon Nunley for a nice pickup. A nice tackle there by the Timberwolves as well. P&G still on offense. This time, Shea Adams is going to keep it himself. Under center, the QB draw finds the seam, and he is in to the end zone. Big-time player to watch this year is Shea Adams, the quarterback for P&G. Now, Beaumont United going on offense. Gilbert Anderson getting outside. Stutter step, but he has got some room to run now. A blocker in front as well. He's not going down easy. A nice pickup there for Gilbert Anderson, but they would turn it over on down, so back into the hands of the quarterback, Shea Adams. Pump and go.
Great fake.
And he's got his man, London Nunley, down the sideline. Love the pump and go from the quarterback there. So in the first half, it's all P&G, 14-0. We'll go to the final score, and it would be the rest of the way.
Those Indians.
14. Those Indians,
hey,
bouncing
pick up
back.
the big win. I was getting a lot of text messages from Beckham Gentry. She was at the game, giving me all the scoreboards. P&G 1-1 of the season. Can't beat that.
Yeah, looking to make another trip back to state are the Indians. We've got some scores to give you here as well. Westbrook falling to Manville tonight, 42-12, the score in that one.
All right, let's go out to Port Arthur Memorial. Coming off that big win over P&G last week. Tonight, squaring off against the Nederland team. A tough loss against West Orange Stark back in week 1. Nederland, all right, look, back to punt. He's going to get off a good one here.
Special teams.
Special teams, always a big key. Samaj Pierre fills at 35-yard line, going to hit the sidelines. Got a couple of good blocks. Look at him go.
Whoa.
Off to the races, 40 yards on the punt return. Gives Memorial excellent field position. A few plays later, Kobe Stover finds Jacorian Baker. He's going to punch it in from 21 yards out. Titans take a 28-12 lead. So Memorial gets a safety because Nederland hiked it out of the end zone. So the Bulldogs kicking it again.
A lot of special teams.
Brock King. I'll tell you what, it looks like a king right here. Look at that, right up the gut. Look at the blocking. Can he go all the way? Oh, he gets tackled at the 24-yard line. A few plays later, it's Stover. Hands off to Jacorian Baker. That dynamic duo, nasty all night long. And those Titans, I'll tell you what, they roll yet again, 44-12. They're 2-0 in the season. They have a bye next week before traveling to New Caney Porter coming up in week 4. All right, now it's time for our 5-Point Credit Union Play of the Week.
The Play of the Week, brought to you by 5 Point Credit Union.
Yeah, and we're going back to that matchup between Anahuac and Harden Jefferson. It's going to be the Hawks on offense. And how about this little touch pass to Roderick Russell? He's out on the reverse, kind of hesitates, makes some plays, lets the play develop, and he gets to the outside, going for that pylon. Nobody's going to touch him. Mr. Russell is in for the touchdown. That is the Play of the Week, sponsored by 5 Point Credit Union.
Good play right there. Of course, those Hawks, they're going to fall to 0-2. Like I said, Coach Bass was there last year. It's his second year. He's trying to get his team going there, but the future looks bright. They got some young talent out there. West Orange Stark, big win over LCM. We got a lot more stuff coming on, and of course the Rice Bowl 50th anniversary coming up after the break.
The Band of the Week, brought to you by Donaldson Auto Group, Silsby. Live from the 409, MCT Credit Union presents the 409 Sports Blitz on 12 News.
Coming into the season, expectations extremely high for Hampshire Fanette. Of course, they showed Southeast Texas last week. They're going to be a force to be reckoned with after that big win at number 10 Lumberton.
That was our game of the week. The offenses came out swinging, and Hampshire Fanette was on top. Let's see how they did in week 2. Tonight, we are going down for the Rice Bowl in East Chambers. We're starting things off with a turnover, a fumbled snap there for East Chambers. So what can Hampshire Fanette do with the football? It's Ty Bryson. He's looking for his receiver, Chance Ramsey, downfield, and he's got him. A nice pitch and catch there. Tackle made by East Chambers and the Buccaneers, but now getting down towards the red zone. This time it's Pierce Pirtle, the running back, going to punch it in for the Longhorns. Switching sides, a couple tough plays here for KJ Fontenot. He's trying to make something happen. He's scrambling, but the defense for the Longhorns is doing great by containing the quarterback.
That's last 2 weeks they've played really good defense.
So they would lock him up there, and it looks like the Longhorns are on top in the first half. We'll go to the final score here from the Rice Bowl, and Nick, it's looking good for those Hampshire Fanette Longhorns.
Man, another big win by the 8th-ranked team in the state. They'll probably be moving up 2-0 on the season.
Looking good. And how about this? We've got more scores to get to tonight. Lumberton, after that loss in week 1, was unable to bounce back against Houston St. Thomas. still plenty of season left for those Raiders. They have a great offense. I'm sure they will bounce back.
That's why non-district is here for. Hey, Vider Pirates back and forth all night long against Santa Fe. They come up 3 points short, 27-24. Tough loss for Coach DuBois and those Vider Pirates. Tell you what, though, they'll be pretty good as the season rolls on there. But again, this non-district play, it just helps you get ready for district play altogether.
Working out the kinks. Got to get in the film room. Got to work on some of that stuff. We saw it in week 1. A lot of false starts, a lot of miscues, formation, stuff like that. There's a lot of plays in the playbook to work through. So still week 2, still a long way to go. These teams know that, and of course the coaches know that as well.
All right, Orangefield coming off a tough loss against Bridge City last week. Could they bounce back against Spring Legacy? Of course, the Titans, I'll tell you what, dude, they came to play. Their offense was clicking all night long. They wasted no time getting on the scoreboard. Hey, they pull off a play out of TEGNA Bowl. Keyshawn Henderson, the flea flicker, chunks it deep to Curtis Miller. How about that? That's like Justin Jefferson. That's Randy Moss-esque back in the late 90s. 7-0 Legacy. Titans get the ball back. This time it's Henderson to Michael Brown. Back in the end zone for the touchdown. It is now 14-0. Tell you what, man, their offense is on fire. Henderson, again, the screen pass. A.J. Meridia, he cuts across the field. Look at him. Look at all those blockers. Whoa. Everybody downfield. Picks up a massive gain. It's going to set up really good field position. A few plays later, Henderson finds Deshaun DuBois. Breaks a tackle across the middle. He's in for another touchdown. Spring Legacy wins in a rout 48-10. Bobcats fall to 0-2 on the season. They're going to travel to take on Shepherd next Friday night. So another tough loss. You had a tough loss last week against Bridge City. This one against against Spring Legacy. But that offense, you got speed and stuff. But I'll tell you what, Orangefield again. They got to go to Shepherd next week. They could bounce back. You just cleaning up all the little penalties and all the turnovers and everything else.
Tough passing attack to go against there with Spring Legacy. That is impressive stuff.
That was very impressive.
All right, we've got more scores to tell you about tonight. We're tracking them all here in Southeast Texas. Jasper and the Bulldogs, they're a ranked team in the state of Texas. They look good tonight over Palestine, 46-24 there.
A former home of Adrian Peterson.
Oh,
Woodville and Newton. This is a heavyweight battle, back and forth. Newton, they win 44-39. Both teams are going to be a force to be reckoned with this season.
A lot of credit goes to Woodville, yeah. A hard-fought matchup there. And we've got more to tell you about tonight. Bridge City and Beaumont. Looks like that one was a close game as well, but Bridge City right now is on top 20-12. I'm pretty sure because I think we have the logos flip-flop there, but we can double-check on that score for sure.
Yeah, so that's been a good battle, too, all night long. So they were going back and forth, back and forth. But yeah, dude, I'll tell you what, Newton and Woodville, two teams that, of course, Newton historically always been a really, really good team, one of the most dominant teams in Southeast Texas and in the state. But I'll tell you what, man, they've gone. I was looking at scores back at like a heavyweight boxing match.
Yeah, Woodville always gives them a good test. That's always a great matchup. And they were coming back. We were watching the score. Newton just barely able to squeak it out. High scoring as well, 44-39.
And I don't know if that's bad defense or just great offenses.
Right.
You got to give credit where credit's due to both teams.
Another great matchup. And all right, how about this? We showed you the play of the week. Now let's turn it over to our hit of the week.
The hit of the week, brought to you by First Security Bank.
All right, our hit of the week comes from our game of the week. It is sophomore Braylon Lewis for LCM. Boom, laying the hammer in the secondary. Let's watch it again. Look at him. Boom, coming right there. Nice form tackle right there. It wasn't enough, though, because the West Orange Stark Mustangs, they roll tonight. They pick up their first win of 2023. LCM falls to 1-1 on the season. But both teams will bounce back.
A long way to go. I'll tell you what, that West Orange Stark run attack is really, really impressive.
Really
we got to see the Wildcat a little bit tonight, all the different options that they have. So many great skill players, and also the big boys up front. I mean, they were making a lot of holes tonight. Clearly 33-6, and when you can get that run game going, Nick, you can control the clock, you can control the pace of the game. That's something to watch out for. The Mustangs trying to bounce back this year.
Well, but you know what, though? I mean, they had some adversity last week against Nederland. West Orange Stark did. Remember, they were down.
Right.
They came out in the fourth quarter, smoking hot, and just building on that. And that creates a lot of confidence.
I'm thinking the Stangs are going to have a good look this year. And how about this? We're going to take one more look at our game of the week. We'll get to show you those highlights once again. Going to be starting things off with West Orange Stark, and this is one of those guys that's going to be key in the run game here to start things. Jalen Gilmore, he has to hesitate a bit at the line of scrimmage, but he finds a little bit of room to run, and how about that? Stretching it across the goal line there. That would start things off 7-0. West Orange start. Gilmore goes on defense now, Nick. He's playing both ways, puts his helmet on the football, pops it out, and his fellas behind him are going to scoop it up and get the ball back for the Mustangs. They would go down into the red zone, and this is the Wildcat.
Yeah.
They switch things up in the red zone. Now it's Taj Amerson. He's going to keep it himself.
Look at the blocking up front. Got to give those big guys up front a lot of credit.
Nice blocking up front. LCM fighting back here in the first half. A nice pass over the middle to Keegan Cockerham, staying on his feet, picking up a nice chunk of yards. That would set up in the second quarter this pass for Johan Fuller, maybe that is, and that's a touchdown for LCM. So they're fighting back in the first half, 14-6, but that was the only touchdown, the only points they would get.
Yeah, you got to give up this guy right here. He could be a Willie Ray Smith Award finalist at the end of the season.
Another big asset that this West Orange Stark run attack has was Kelvin Jefferson there, and then again it's Taj Amerson, the quarterback, going to keep it himself and go in for a touchdown. 33-6. The Stangs were all over the Battling Bears tonight.
All right, well, another week of 409 Sports Blitz almost in the books, and as always, we end our show with our band of the week, the LCM Battling Bears.
They brought the spirit tonight. Let's close it out with the band.
The Band of the Week, brought to you by Donaldson Auto Group, Silsby.